do a little bit of work before we can see that there's something in common. I know, here it comes. 3x plus 6 over 5x plus 10. Now I'm going to say something, and I'll probably repeat myself several times. What you see on the top, you're going to think of a married couple. This married couple cannot come down here and cheat with this 5x. These two cannot work together on the side. These go together, these go together. You cannot just cancel the x's and cancel the 6 over 10. It does not work like that.
Can you use the bottom numbers to reduce them?
No, not yet. Well, I don't know which way you're asking, but I just want you all to know these two work together,
right.
These two work together. You cannot come up here and do any kind of reducing.
So you could go 1x and then plus 2 because 5, and then 10.
Okay, I see what you're trying to say. You're on the right track. You have to factor.
Okay.
That's the only way to simplify these problems. Now, I don't have any x squared, so I can't use simple, I can't use any outie, but you have to think of the first step of factoring, which is take out a GCF. What is your common number on the top?
3.
3. And if I take a 3 out of the first term, I'm just left with the x, plus 3 goes into this 6 how many times?
2.
Okay, so all I did was manipulated the top a little bit. Then in the denominator, what's your common number?
5.
Okay. If I take a 5 out, in the first term, I'm left with an x.
And it's kind of like,
and then 5 goes into 10. Also
so it's like
2
how
times.
grouping was, where we had that first binomial.
Kinda.
To check.
Kinda, yeah, you have to do each of them individually. And then you go, oh, look, there's a common expression. So you're going to cross them out. And what are you left with on top?
3/5.
And on bottom 5. And they don't have anything in common except 1, so you know you're done. So it's just manipulating it to make something cancel with each other. I will make sure something cancels them.
So you always have to learn left to right, just top to bottom.
Top one. Yeah, because why would we have a problem with nothing cancels? Okay, let's try another one. 24a minus 16b over 36a minus 24b. You have to factor. Remember, they can't cheat on each other up and down. It has to be a marriage. They are connected. I'm still going to do this one with you. What number could we take out of the top?
4.
We want to take our biggest, 8.
8.
That'll take your biggest. And left over, 8 goes into 24. 3 times with what letter? A. Minus 8 goes into 16. 2 times with a B. So all I did was took out the GCF on top. And then on the bottom, what would be your common number? Good, 12. So let's hear, 12 goes into 36. 3 times, bring down your A. Minus 12 goes into 24, 2 times. Bring down your B. Oh, look at that. They're the same.
And then you can reduce once you cross those out.
Yep. So these are the same, so they're going to cancel. So the only thing I don't like about this section, it's so messy. And you're left with 8 over 12. And then what number could go into both of those?
4.
Okay. So I could divide by 4. So on top, I'm going to get 2. And on bottom, I'm going to get 3. I do not want to see you go from this problem in blue to this answer in blue, or it's just going to be -2 on your homework. I need to see that you factored a common factor out. Now here, if you go from this step to here, I know you just reduced the 8 over 12. I understand that. But I need to see that you pull the factor out of the problem.
In number 6, it just so happened the first 2 numbers ended up your answer.
Yes, doesn't always happen, as you can see in this problem.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't always happen, depending on what the numbers are. Okay, let's try one like this. Negative 5x minus 25, 6x plus 30. Okay. So on the top, what's your common number? 5. But notice, there's not a negative sign in front of this 6, but there is in front of this one. If you ever have a negative floating in the front, you want to factor that negative out as well. So I'm going to take out a negative 5 on top. So I know that's going to get my parentheses to match because they're in the negative zone here. Now I want you to watch closely so you know what to do with the sign. These negative 5s match. I've got a negative 5, I need a negative 5. What letter do I still need? The X. And then when you're looking here, you would say 5 goes into 25, but notice you have this negative and you have this negative.
So it would be positive.
Positive 5. And then if you need to make sure you did it right, you can distribute. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And what would negative 5 times positive 5 give you if you distribute those two?
Negative
The
25.
negative 25. And it's really just changing the signs.
Would there have to be any problem with this where, like, you do this problem, but it doesn't work on the prime?
No.
So
I'll make sure they factor for you. What could we take out of the bottom?
6.
A 6. Here the 6's match, we're just missing the x. Plus 6 goes into 30 5 times. And you go, oh, there's my common binomial, my common expression, so I can cancel them out. And so on top I have a negative 5, and on the bottom I've got a 6.
And you're all right with that?
Yeah, that's what I want.
What happens if there's not a common binomial?
Like I said to her, I will make sure there's a common binomial because there will be no purpose of doing the problem. So there will be a common one. That would be weird if they put one in there because you don't say prime. It would just be can't do, and they're not going to waste ink for that.
My decimal form